Hey guys, so it's a new day and the tomatoes have come on hot and heavy, so we're gonna pick some tomatoes today and then we're gonna show you. I think we might actually have enough to do something with them, so that might be coming. Okay, so we have a lot more tomatoes out here than we thought we did. So we originally brought out our 2-gallon buckets. We probably should have brought out a 5-gallon bucket. We're gonna be processing tomatoes today. Because they are pretty ready to go. Okay, so these are the Amish paste, and this one's kind of entertaining. It's got a little bit of a growth going on. Yeah, these are the Amish paste, and they look so good. Okay, so like I showed you, Amish paste kind of have this like bulbous sort of Roma looking thing, and then which is the Amish paste was these middle ones. Then the Abe Lincoln Brandon has in his bucket, which he'll bring over when he's done, and then the last, these guys are all the, which ones are these?
San Marzo.
San Marzos. So they're the ones that are more of a traditional Roma. And they're really long, a lot of them. So
It's a smaller
this
one.
is a small of the Abe Lincoln, so it's more of a regular eating tomato. Here's a good guy. Nice, I mean, nice big. They have really good weight, which I have a feeling they're going to be pretty meaty, because you can just tell by how heavy they are, by the kind of meat they're going to have in them. So Brandon's bucket is full. My bucket is 2/3 of the way full. So we're looking at about 5 gallons of tomatoes, and this is our first picking. So now we gotta decide what we want to make.
Yep, I have to go down to the cold room and see what we need.
Yep, we're gonna have to figure out where we want to start, because 5 gallons is enough to process. So we shall see. Alright, so we are soaking all of our produce down here in the big sink. There's a lot of it. And we're going to be using it pretty quickly, so it's okay to do that. If we weren't planning to use the tomatoes quickly, we'd actually be putting them over there next to the onions. And you just don't clean them, don't do anything, just set them out, they'll be good to go. But we are going to soak them because we're going to use them. Alright guys, so we have decided we're going to kick off tomato season with salsa, because we love salsa. The only question really remains is how hot we're going to make this batch. Brandon, do you have a opinion?
Well, we got those habanero peppers in the freezer, don't we?
I think we do.
Well, we got onion over there.
So we're gonna go for 5 alarm.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
It's gonna get hot, guys. And we don't know how hot our jalapenos are this year either. We haven't tried one. Probably should try one. Like, I'm not gonna sit and stand here and I'm not gonna stand here and pop one in my mouth, but we do need to find out how spicy our jalapenos are, because everybody knows every year they're always different. Okay, so over here is most of what we're gonna be using for this lovely process. You've seen most of this stuff before, but you're gonna actually get to see it in action. Yes. Why reinvent the wheel? Whoa. Okay, so we'll see you in a few minutes when we have all this stuff set up. Okay, so we're going to switch gears a little bit because there's a lot that we got to do in a really short period of time, so you're just going to have to listen to me talk. All right, so we got everything set up upstairs. This is pretty much the setup we use for any time we're doing any kind of tomato product thing. Brandon is home for the moment, so he is going to be running our sauce master, which is set up there. I am going to cut up all of the tomatoes, so he is obviously not doing anything because he's needing me to get some tomatoes cut up for him. Okay, here we go. Sauce Master is the easiest thing in the world to use. There actually is a salsa screen that's in there. And so once you get it going, then he can really get to the tomatoes all nice and churny. Sauce Master is pretty cool. It takes out all of the membranes and skins and shoves that out, and then all the good stuff, the meat and the juice, comes flying out. And yeah, that's pretty much what the sauce master does. This is obviously, we are not scalding the tomatoes. We don't have to because the sauce master takes care of taking the skins off, so it speeds up the process a little bit for us. So, me cutting up the tomatoes, not too exciting, guys. All I'm doing is chunking them up, basically because you just don't want to put a whole tomato through the sauce master. It's not going to like it. Here's a better shot of the sauce master for you. Okay, so you put the tomatoes in the top, obviously, and just crank it. We have actually hooked up a drill to this before when we were doing a ton of tomatoes. Not really recommended. Just use the crank, it works well. As long as you don't put too many through at once, you're fine. I'm not sure exactly how many different screens come with the sauce master, or you can get. I know we have 3. We have the salsa screen, the pumpkin screen, and the berry screen. Salsa screen, obviously for salsa, and it's the biggest holes. Pumpkin screen is the middle size holes, and the berry screen's the smallest. Okay, so I have switched to cutting up the jalapenos because we're going to put some jalapenos in this. We're also going to put some onions, which you'll see later, and some habaneros. And our habaneros are actually from last season, but those you can just wash them and throw them in a bag. And then they keep for about a year or so, depending on where you put them in your deep freeze. I have a little hand chopper that I'm going to be using because it's so much nicer than trying to cut up everything individually. Watch, here we go. Yes, it's Pampered Chef. Okay, so I've added the jalapenos in there. This is gonna take a while to cook, so I use Mrs. Wage's mix. You just take that. It should be coming up. Because I haven't actually added it yet. As you can tell, it's still very, very red. Yep, there it is. Okay, Mrs. Wage's salsa. This is just medium. It is kind of what I use as a base for everything. I'm going to end up using the entire thing, but I'm going to put it in slowly because I want it to mix in well. I don't want it to clump on me. And you're going to slowly see the color kind of darken a little bit because that's all the spices. So we're going to put vinegar in. Vinegar helps with the reaction and keeps everything nice and acidic because you need that for storage purposes. Alright, so let's get started. So these are the onions. I'm going to link the video right here. These are the onions from our garden that I've been having sitting outside. They are not fully cured. Obviously, they're still pretty freshly picked, but it's kind of nice to have them. Same thing, I'm just gonna chop them up. These onions are small but mighty. Whoo, they are strong little buggers. I'm glad I chopped them this way versus tried to do anything else with them. Now we're working on the habaneros. All I'm doing is taking the ends off. Same thing. Chopping up. Now, we're not using many because I do know that these are pretty strong habaneros. So we're not gonna make it too insane. Hey all, I know you're like, where's the rest of the video? It's coming up, I promise. This was just part 1. Part 2's coming up soon, so you better subscribe. That way you know when part 2 comes up so you can see how we wrapped up this whole salsa thing. See you then. Bye guys.